We are here today with the fearless leader, chief vibe officer, and founder of Chill Movement. You got Team Black Current, Team Mango. Our favorite race is coming up, and you've been preparing to go sub 60, right? How does that feel? Do you feel prepared for it? Are you ready for that? Are you just gonna push yourself through? Tell us the mindset.
I think there's two things that come into my mind when I think about next week. First is obviously fear, and second is excitement, right? I mean, you do all this dedication, you put in the hard work for the last 10 weeks, and then finally the day comes, but you have this sense of fear because you don't know what's gonna come up next. But obviously, if you've trained hard, you've gone through the ups and downs during the training, and you feel ready for it, the race should be smooth. But yeah, looking forward to next Sunday. Yeah, there's a lot of emotions going through right now.
You've been preparing for this for 10 weeks.
Yeah.
What does that 10 weeks look like, and how has the training changed from the beginning to end?
At the beginning, I guess when we started, obviously Lawrence is my coach. He's been tracking all my nutrition, my sleep, how the training performance has been increasing over the weeks. I think at the beginning we start off with a slower amount of volume, and then we keep on increasing it. And now obviously in the last 10 days, we're gonna start tapering it down. So I think the training program that we put in place has definitely seen its results. I mean, from starting and running at a 5-minute kilometer pace and now dropping it close to like 4:15 to 4:20 is a huge, massive improvement for me, who I'm not a runner, I have no experience much in running. And to be able to perform that fast is definitely been tested for me over the last few weeks.
You've been training with Lawrence. He's one of the top HYROX athletes across Asia. How has that been for you, being someone who is, kind of just your average athlete, to training with really one of the best and having him manage all of your training?
Crazy. I mean, the guy is one of the best athletes in the world for a reason. He is definitely extremely disciplined, extremely consistent with what he says. He lives and breathes the brand he pushes out there to the world, and he's definitely implemented a very strong mindset in part of our training. So I'm very happy that I've worked with him on this one, because I wouldn't have chosen anyone else, to be honest.
So as you've been training with him, where has he pushed you the most, that you've seen the most improvement?
I would say probably in terms of the consistency. You see, we're all busy, right? We all have meetings to attend, we all have work to do, but it's like, how badly do you want it? How badly do you want to prioritize your training? That is the kind of mindset he's put into me, because some of the sessions we do is like twice a day. So you wake up early in the morning, and in the evening you have to do another session. So being consistent with the training is something that he's constantly pushed me. He's like, don't sleep late at night, wake up early, get your trainings done, because it's important. If you really want to see progress, you need to be disciplined and consistent with the training.
You have Lawrence creating this training program for you. Break it down a little bit for us. What if someone was to train with Lawrence, one of the top hybrid racing athletes, would they expect from a program that you're on?
So my current program is Mondays, we have a zone 2 run. In the morning, a 1 hour zone 2 run. Evening, we have a leg strength session. Tuesday, we have upper body session. Wednesday, we have a morning run session again. In the evening, we have a red zone class, which I think is really good. Lawrence brings out his entire community to go through, like, I wouldn't say a full simulation, but very close to like what it looks like on the race day itself, like compromise running. You have different stations, which obviously help, right? Once more you simulate what you're going to be feeling on the day, that's when your body starts getting used to it, and you basically increase your endurance capabilities, right? Then from there, on Thursday, I do like a 12-kilometer run. Friday, we do upper body again, and Saturday we do a brutal track session happening at usually at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, which is when the sun's not out. So you want to see how your body can perform without taking into account all that humidity and sun that Singapore has to offer, right? So I think it's just one rest day a week and 6 days like full on, right? Not easy, definitely. A very intense program, especially also running a business. It's a lot of sacrifice, giving up also a little bit your social life and other encounters that you can't really sort of connect with the people that surround you, right? Because you're so locked in that you want to achieve this goal, you need to do the program, plus you need to work. So it's just a short period of time that you need to sacrifice a little bit, but we'll see next Sunday how the results reap.
Nice.
Yeah.
Maybe one other question would be, I remember you talked about how you thought carbs were bad.
Which one, though?
Oh, yeah,
How you thought carbs were like bad.
Ah, yes.
So maybe like the question could be like, what's like one nutrition like misconception that you used to have?
Yeah.
And how does like training at this level like kind of change that?
Gotcha.
Just so again, I'm just trying to get something for people to take away
Yeah, no, it's good.
the nutrition aspect.
Makes sense. You wanna?
Yeah. So with all this training, you know, a big part of recovery is really getting your nutrition down. How has your approach to diet and nutrition changed with this increase in training volume?
I think like I had this love-hate relationship with carbohydrates. Everyone thinks like if I eat carbs, I'm gonna get fat. So I started the training with 15% body fat, and I've dropped it close to 10% body fat in 10 weeks, right?
Damn.
And this is eating a lot of carbs. So I always thought like carbs are gonna fill you up, you're gonna look like crap, your body's gonna be like flabby, you're gonna have tons of fats. But the opposite, I've just reduced my fats, increased my carbs and my protein intake, and my body's just filled out, you know? I've gained muscle, I feel better, I look better. Like I had always this hate-love relationship, but now it's like I need carbs to basically fuel this journey. It's super important. So that was a huge mindset shift, that carbohydrates are really actually good for the body and not as bad as what I thought in terms of aesthetics.
Is this your first HYROX?
Second.
Second. How have you seen your improvement from the first one going into the training of the second? And where has like Lawrence, if there's a specific station, maybe it's your running, you've seen the most improvement?
I think the first HYROX I did, it was more focused on just having fun, enjoying the moment. I think when you really want to train to compete, it's a game changer, right? You start analyzing different statistics like your heart rate, what's your zone 2 runs, how are the stations optimized by being also in compromised running. So I think when his training plan was implemented into my schedule, it was fitting obviously my busy lifestyle with my company as well as training at the same time. So there's so many factors that have to be taken into account, like nutrition, sleep, the way you're feeling, your emotions. There's so many things going on, which is just crazy. Like the amount of dedication you need to dedicate to this is absolutely like crazy, right? But obviously he's put a program that you can just follow, and as long as you do it, you will see big improvements. For me personally, I felt like certain also technique work when it comes to maybe doing a sled pull or even the sled push. There's small things that you can change in your training that actually improve your timing in the long term. Same thing with the running. The track sessions are extremely important to do. And even those zone 2 recovery runs is something that I was like, yeah, okay, I'm running at 7 minutes a kilometer pace. Is this really going to help me? But it builds in terms of the long-term endurance, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we've heard all the good. What are you still not looking forward to in the race? I know for me, it's the sled pull. That's just something that just no matter what, how much I do, I guess I dread that one. Do you have a station like that?
I hate the burpees. That one's a killer for me. And the running. The running is the thing I'm fearing the most because I'm not a runner, and it's just something that I'm really dreading because to keep up to Lawrence's pace is just insane, you know? The guy goes to a track session, he's doing his repeats in 3:10 pace, right? And I go in there with my 4+. He's going slower because of me, right? He needs to also compromise because it's a teamwork effort, right? So I think just keeping up to that pace, that when you reach the station, you have time to also rest and then contribute, is the thing that my main focus is on, like pacing my run, you know, and not overdoing at the beginning. And you see, it's a marathon, right? Yeah. There's no point you go and rush at the beginning, which most of the athletes do. If you see in terms of statistics, everyone starts like super strong at 3-minute pace, and then it just dies down after that. I rather start slow and build. If I can kick in hard towards the end, that's what I will do. You know, I'd rather build towards the end. The last 2-3 sessions, I feel good, I give it my best.
So, you know, you've mentioned a lot about how much more work you're putting in right now, but that, you know, you also have a busy schedule with having a job. Sure, you have a social life, but Lawrence has really kind of helped you dial in your sleep, food, hydration. What are some of the protocols you're doing right now to optimize your performance going into the race?
So I think obviously a lot of athletes out there, they neglect their recovery. I think recovery is something that a lot of people don't really look into, and it's actually probably the most crucial part to reaching like elite level of performance. So sleeping, doing mobility, stretching properly, getting a nice ice bath in, hydration, taking the right electrolytes, super important, right? Just that. So I think that this definitely helps in terms of like taking it to the next level, you know?
How has been having an electrolyte, you know, like Hybrid Health that has your electrolytes, your creatine, you know, helped your training?
It's super important, right? I mean, the body gets completely dehydrated when going through excruciating trainings like what we've done so far. I mean, being constantly hydrated with the right recovery partner definitely elevates the game.
Yep. So with all this preparation, you've done a HYROX before. What is the one tip you could give to someone like myself who's going to be doing their first HYROX in the coming weeks?
I would say as long as you've been very consistent and disciplined with your training program, you will see the results on the race day. That's the thing. You need to lock in heavy and make sure that you put in the work. You know, a lot of people talk a lot. They're like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But are you actually doing it, right? Check your Strava, check your activities. Show me, are you doing the work, right? As long as you do the work, I really believe it doesn't matter what it is in life. If you put in the work, you will succeed.
So, you know, this is a pretty big change from what I would call your past life, right? You used to be an investment banker, correct?
Right.
So you come from a world of just hustle, no recovery, to running Chilled Movement, which is one of Singapore's leading kind of recovery wellness event companies.
Yep.
How has that transition been?
I mean, the fact that I'm able to live this life is surreal, right? That you're able to basically do your passions and make a living out of it and basically bring people together to celebrate health and wellness. But I think the founder-led journey and me pushing myself, also putting myself out there, really taking this to the next level and also showcasing that things are possible. Even an average person is able to go and try to achieve a sub-1 and work with the best in the industry. Even from a business perspective, like growing the company in Singapore, home-based, it's possible, right? You can quit your job, you can do things on the side, you can follow your passions and do what you love, right?
How has running Chilled Movement changed, you know, your approach to fitness or incorporating wellness in your own life?
I mean, now it practically revolves everything, right? The fact that Chilled Movement is so heavily involved with the health and wellness scene in Singapore, it just motivates me to get fitter, eat better, help other people also achieve their fitness goals. So I think it's a community-driven initiative that is benefiting everyone.
Awesome. So, you know, 2025 kind of wrapping up, 2026 is coming up quick. What can we expect from Chilled Movement in the new year?
So I would say for next year, we definitely want to go big. I think it's going to be a really big and exciting year for us. I think what we've seen this year was just a case study to prove that 2026, we're going to literally take over the market and be the biggest wellness movement in Singapore. So we're just going to keep on putting in the work, as mentioned, being disciplined, being consistent, and getting out there and being hungry, right? That's what we are.
Hell yeah, man. Love it. See you out on the race course.
For sure. I mean, these boys are killing it. I have mad respect for them. They're hustling, they're putting in the work. You know, it's not easy for them to come down on the weekends, be at the gyms, giving out their product. And honestly, it's awesome. I really enjoy their product. I think it's one of the best ones in the market right now. Especially in Singapore, it's creating impact through communities, which they're doing. So that's why I'm here today, to prove that it's a community initiative. We all come together in the space and we elevate together, right? So this is the goal.
Hell yeah. Love it, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.